Something just killed my dog.
Something killed your dog?
My dog went flying through the air over the tree. I don't know how it did it.
Okay.
Welcome to today's video. In this video, we are going to listen to Bill Munns on why the Patterson-Gimlin film is of course not debunked. But first, people are criticizing us for not planning to watch the so-called documentary. Well, show us a tiny piece of your so-called evidence first. Just a tiny bit, and maybe we'll consider spending money on your cash grab. But think for yourself, why is there not a single snapshot of the so-called Patty suit anywhere on the internet? Ask yourself. Only for people willing to pay $13 to see it? Okay, no further questions. Also, all the nonsense spread by the people who want to sell their little movie to the uninformed, like the claim that Bob Gimlin was already confronted about the documentary and was unable to say anything to debunk it, or even worse, that the late Jeffrey Meldrum stated that the fake Patty footage from the so-called documentary debunks the PGF, is nothing but lies and misinformation spread by people with financial motives. Of course, none of the real experts like Jeffrey Meldrum, Bill Munns, or M.K. Davis have stated that the documentary proves anything. In fact, they have done the exact opposite. If you've got something so important, share it and show it to the public, at least a tiny bit. Otherwise, it's obviously just a cash grab. If you got new and never before seen footage of Patty, then share at least a small sample of it with the public. But of course you have not. At best, it's just a good recreation of Patty, which will be obvious and will prove nothing. Also, it should be nearly impossible to prove that the so-called newly discovered footage was recorded prior to the PGF. So only if the footage shows Patty in a way we have never seen before do we have something to talk about. But of course, it does not. If it did, they would already have shown at least a snapshot to the public. But they can't, so everything is hidden behind a paywall and will only be available to those stupid enough to pay money to watch it. So, we are going to further debunk the BS hit piece claiming to be a real documentary. Today we are going to listen to Bill Munns, who has actually done a commentary in the upcoming so-called documentary. In this interview, Munns states a lot of other fascinating facts that support the authenticity of Patty. Go to the Dave Wants to Know YouTube channel and listen to the entire interview with Bill Munns. It's highly recommended, and there is a link in the video description. Also, check the other links in the description for more videos on the PGF and Patty. So, here we go. Enjoy this short excerpt from the interview with Bill Munns.
Aware of its existence? No, that's history.
I haven't found it, but this is something which threw me totally off. Another film has surfaced with someone dressed up in a creature costume, modeled to look like Patty, and walks through the scene, including raising one of her feet up so you can see the bottom of the foot, exactly like Patty does.
Mm-hmm.
And even has somebody riding on a horse holding a rifle, the way Gimlin was supposedly riding shotgun for Roger. And this film surfaced just in the last year. A documentary was built around it, and the company that made it is now showing that documentary with this footage. And I'm one of the people who's actually on camera commenting about it in that documentary. But it's going to the film festival circuit right now, even as we speak. And there are two possible interpretations for this footage. One is people would say it was a test run for the PGF if the PGF was a hoax. They tried it once, it wasn't good enough. They studied it, they made it better, they went back and did it again. That's the preview theory. The problem with that is the real one is real. So that blows the preview thing. But the other possibility is after the PGF was shot, somebody made an effort to replicate it as perfectly as possible. And the only explanation I can come up with is that it was Al Diatley, Roger's brother-in-law, because he was getting ready to take Roger's film around the country, show it in theaters to people, the general public, and tell people this is real. Now, Al wasn't there that day. Roger said, we got the real thing. Al wasn't sure. No offense, but he didn't exactly trust his brother-in-law, to be honest. He was a little worried. What if Roger's lying? What if this is a fake? Because Al didn't know one way or the other. But he's going to go around the country with Roger showing this film, telling people it's real. If it then proves to be a fake, he's committed fraud.
Yeah.
And I think Al wanted to protect himself. So he found somebody to make a costume similar to Patty, found a cameraman who went out with him and shot a perfect replica of how she walked and where she walked, so he could look at that film and see for himself, if I fake it, can I look at it and tell it's a fake? And after seeing it, which obviously it is a fake, then you can look at Roger's footage and say, yeah, Roger's is real. This is fake, but Roger's is real. So I'm pretty sure Al did this.
So there you have it. Bill Munns says the footage in the documentary clearly does not show Patty, therefore the documentary cannot debunk the PGF. But hey, better luck next time. I'm sure one day you'll manage, you just need more time. 60 years just haven't been enough. What is your opinion on Bill Munns and the creature in the Patterson-Gimlin film? Let me know in the comments. Check the links in the video description for more videos on the PGF and Patty. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the Squatch Mafia channel on YouTube for more videos on Bigfoot and Sasquatch. Join Squatch Mafia at Patreon and TikTok for extra content. Thank you for watching.